You know what I'm saying? Because now, how could you be the OG or the elder when I'm looking at you carrying on like one of my peers? When we all have reached these heights and accomplishments, right? And then we get triggered by what seems like unresolved issues, because that's not current. That's not something that's relevant to today. That's something that just needs to be hashed out,
Hashed out.
you know?
Even hearing you say that, you just mentioned how Diddy's about to give it another crack into the business, going through what he did. Kim, Andre, and even his love life was kind of put out there too. And then seeing Mace has made a couple of attempts to recharge his game back up. But why isn't Amir, or is Amir trying to get back in the industry, or why you
Absolutely
just?
not. I don't really care for it, but like I said before, it's the people. It's people I got history with. It's people that I would love to see, by Allah's permission. I always make dua for them. I always supplicate for Master Allah to guide them and rectify their affairs because, you know, there's nothing like being, you know, grounded and having a real firm belief that you can build from. I found that. I wouldn't trade that for nothing. The music industry ain't got nothing to offer me that's going to compare with it. But when I look at the individual, like I said, that survived, because we survived the generation that was, on all fronts. It was vicious, right? You know, to not act like survivors. Like we have to act like survivors. You know what I'm saying? Because how is the youth supposed to survive if they can't extract from us what it looks like, what it sounds like, and what it feels like to survive? Right. No, that should be our conversation. That should be our voice. That should be our example. You know what I'm saying? Because now, how could you be the OG or the elder when I'm looking at you carrying on like one of my peers? You know, sure. And I'm not tagging that to anybody. I'm just saying that generally speaking, like we in position, man, to be accountable for what happens with this generation. If we don't take that responsibility, then we missing our mark. Like we left our post.
Yeah, is that what's kind of making you migrate to what you're doing now as far as paid meals?
Exactly. I mean, entrepreneurship is something that, my generation, music business, we didn't really have those opportunities. So being that it's such an abundance now, and paid meals is something that's very, very dear to my heart because giving back and being able to help people, there's a certain state of euphoria that you get when you know that you're able to do that and it doesn't always take large amounts of money. Because a lot of us, we want to do good once we get rich. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't got enough money. Nah, it's your time. Sometimes just going out and doing certain things, right, may impact somebody's life. So with paid meals is a mobile application that I'm, in the process of building, which enables contributors to purchase meals for people in need through registered paid meals vendors, meaning grocery stores, restaurants, food trucks, food carts, and certified private chefs. So I've created an ecosystem to help, you know, deal with a issue that is widespread, preferably in our communities, which is food insecurity. Because people only reflect on homelessness. You see homelessness, and that's like rock bottom. You can easily identify with homelessness. But food insecurity, all of us can deal with that. Right. Right? If you go on your refrigerator and there's a whole empty shelf, that's food insecurity. If you gotta go knock on his door to get butter, that's food insecurity. And we don't give enough of that. We don't process that enough. We see rock bottom sleeping on the street is like that's hunger. Ah, you know? And what's strange is we don't even really understand the full capacity of homelessness. How many young kids in our community is homeless? Meaning that they still at their aunt house from Monday to Wednesday. Leroy coming over Thursday and Friday, so you gotta leave, go to your grandmother's house. Grandmother gonna play bingo on Sunday. You gotta leave her house and go to your sister's house. That's homelessness.
Enjoyed this teaser? You can watch the full interview right now at hypersclub.com, along with more behind the scenes and additional content.